economically and socially.
May I now request you all to kindly rise for the national anthem.
The gathering.
I'm very happy to be present here for this Foreign Student Synergy organized by Don Bosco College. It's a yearly event and it is done very painstakingly. And on behalf of all our students here, a very warm welcome to our chief guest, a football player from Dempo College who plays also for FC Goa, Amiri. We are very happy to have you here with us. And we are also happy to have with us Mr. Venugopal from the ICCR, the organization that is in charge of bringing the foreign students to Goa and looking after them in the state of Goa. Mr. Venugopal is there always, and he's ever ready to help us out in any difficulties that we come across with our foreign students. Of course, we don't have difficulties when it comes to behavior and studies, because the foreign students, especially in Don Bosco College, they live up to that reputation of doing well. Most of them, practically all of them, are very, very regular, and I'm sure they all benefit not only academically in Don Bosco's, but in the various activities and various other spheres. For example, in sports and cultural activities, where a lot of them shine out. Well, today's program, the Foreign Student Synergy, is very, very important. It is the Don Bosco College way of recognizing the presence of the foreign students, not only in this college, but in the colleges across the state. So on behalf of the principal, Dr. Raju George, the staff and the students of Don Bosco College, we wish all our foreign students all the very best and every success in whatever they undertake. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Father, for your enlightening words.
I now request our principal, Dr. Raju George, to say a few words.
Venugopal, the Director of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations. Mr. Amiri from Afghanistan, Father Manager, the Secretary to the Forum of International Students, and all of you. I've had a few sessions with the international students on the campus. Every time I meet an Afghanistani student, I am reminded about the story I read in my 6th standard, Kabuliwala. A very emotional story which will make you cry towards the end of the story. The story provides a very long-lasting relationship between India and Afghanistan. There are a lot of transactions taking place for centuries together between India and Afghanistan. And we understand that many Indians learn their livelihood in the Middle East countries. Therefore, there is every relevance for students from these countries to come and study in India. Very often, the domestic students in India underestimate the importance of having a cosmopolitan atmosphere on the campus. During our studies, we very well forget the fact that immediately after our studies, we have the right to fly to any part of the world. And the moment you go across the boundaries of our geographical boundaries, you will understand that life is going to be extremely difficult and extremely different in any part of the world. Therefore, if you have a cosmopolitan atmosphere on the campus during studies, it is going to do immense good when you later on move into your career. I am really aware of this because of my own exposure exposure abroad. Therefore, I want to encourage international students being on the campus. But there is also a problem of a culture shock when you move into a campus where you have a majority of the students from one country or the domestic country and a few students coming from abroad. I have been discussing this very same topic with Mr. Vedagopal, that before the international students are moved into domestic campuses, they must be given a seminar or some exposure to the cultural practices of the country in which they are coming in. And the domestic students also should get an occasion to how to be hospitable to students who come from abroad. When a person goes to a different country, that person always expects hospitable treatment from the country where they go into. And that can happen only when the domestic servants and students or people who serve these international students should be aware of the fact that hospitality counts a lot. We must see that the students who come from abroad are made to feel at home on our campus. I am sure our students are aware of this, and we have had no clash between the domestic students and the international students, and we have a cordial relationship going on in this campus, and I hope in future we will be able to strengthen this relationship between the domestic students and the international students. I must congratulate the International Students Forum for organizing a program of this sort, inviting international students from other campuses to come to Don Bosco campus and celebrate the day. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I now call upon my colleague Pooja Bhupati to introduce our chief guest for today.
Shri P. Venugopal. He is the Regional Director of ICCR Goa. And before taking over the charge of Goa, he served in different capacities at ICCR Mumbai, Bangalore and Delhi. I'm glad to have him here. Thank you, sir, for being here. Please give a big round of applause for this eminent personality among us.
I now request our manager, Reverend Father Wilfred Fernandez, to hand over a memento and a bouquet of flowers to our chief guest as a token of our love and appreciation.
Thank you, Father. May I now have the honor to call on stage Shri P. Venugopal, our distinguished chief guest, to address the gathering.
Distinguished guests on the dais and my dear students. It is indeed my pleasure to be here today to attend the International Students Meet organized by the Don Bosco College, supported by the foreign students studying in Don Bosco College. ICCR, that is Indian Council for Cultural Relations, as you all know, is an apex wing of the Ministry of External Affairs Government of India. It is promoting soft power between the countries through exchange of culture and dialogue. As the principal mentioned, ICCR also offers scholarship for foreign students to pursue their higher studies in India. At present, we have more than 6,000 foreign students from about 60 countries undergoing various undergraduate, postgraduate, PhD and postdoctoral courses in India. Many of our past students are holding very high status back in their respective countries. Maybe the Deputy Prime Minister of their country, the Vice President, the Ambassador and so on. In Goa, we have about 100 students pursuing their studies under this scholarship. Majority of them are from Afghanistan because the government of India is offering more than 1,000 scholarships every year for the students to come and study in India. Today, we are getting an opportunity to witness the cultural talents by the students. I'm sure you all will enjoy it. I take this opportunity to thank the Don Bosco College, the principal, the management, the faculty and the staff for their continued support to ICCR and the foreign students as well. Your kind gesture will always go in a long way in further strengthening the relationship between India and the other countries. I wish you all the best for your forthcoming exams. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening and encouraging speech. I now request my colleague, Javed Jamali, to introduce to us our guest of honor for today.
Thank you, Pooja. Introduction of our guest of honor, Zuhair Islam Amiri. Mr. Zuhair Islam Amiri, also known as Harun Fakhruddin, is an Afghan football player who currently plays for Dembo FC in I-League in India. Born in Kabul, Afghanistan on May 2nd, 1987. He grew up playing football using a homemade ball consisting of rolled-up fabric stitched together. He started his career in 2005 at Showa FC, where he played around 50 games. He also went on to play for Kabul Bank FC and Mumbai FC in India. He played in the Indian Super League and now currently he is playing for Dembo. Not just this, he has been part of Afghanistan's championship in South Asia, where they took on India in Kathmandu, Nepal. I now request our principal, Dr. Roger George, to hand over a memento and a bouquet of flowers to our guest of honor as a token of our love and appreciation.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Zohib Islam Amiri, our guest of honor, to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Father and Principal, for having me here. And it's an honor for me to be here. Like, I'm here in Goa from last 2 years, so I never just attend this culture show and all this. And today, it's an honor for me to be here. And it remembered me my college day that I was here and just sitting here and watching the guest of honor and chief guest. But now I'm here as a guest of honor. Thank you so much, and thank you. It's an honor for me, and thank you so much for having me here. And again, I want to thank everyone that today invited me, and I will be this part of culture show. Thank you so much.
I now call upon Ma'am Twinkle Fernandez to deliver the vote of thanks.
On behalf of the management, staff and the students of Don Bosco College, first of all, I would like to thank our manager, Father Wilfred Fernandez, and our principal, Dr. Roger George, for his support and guidance. I would also like to thank our chief guest for today, Regional Director of ICCR, Mr. Venu Gopal, and Mr. Zohair Amiri, for being with us today and taking time off your busy schedule. And last but not the least, I would like to thank my dear students, especially the foreign students, for putting up this show. And thank you to the participants of the various colleges. Thank you and have a good day. God bless you.
May I now request you all to kindly rise for the Afghanistan National Anthem, followed by the Yemen National Anthem.
you all. With this, we end the inaugural session. I kindly request the Foreign Secretary to escort our dignitaries to their seats below. We shall now move on to our cultural program in a short while. Thank you.
We have dance, fashion show. We have an entertainment program of extempore. Please be patient. want to talk about the Afghans. Afghanistan is a country where everyone knows who is Shah Rukh Khan, everyone knows who is Salman Khan, alright? And so we had Rahim singing an Indian song. Thank you very much, Rahim. That was great and awesome. I hope that everyone has liked it.
In the name of Allah, my name is Kairuddin. My last name is Sudeep. I'm from Afghanistan and I study BSc Computer Science, second year in DBTV College of Arts and Science.
In India and other countries, when I say I'm an Afghan, they think that like Afghanistan is a country still in war, although we have a democratic Islamic country, government since 13 years. So what do you want to say about that?
Thanks. Before I'm going to start to answer your question, first I say welcome to guests and you dear students to this gathering, national gathering. And then I'm going to answer your question. I wish that you accept my answer. At the first time, you should know that nowadays Afghanistan is located or exists in the third world countries. It means that in the past, before 10 years, Afghanistan was past very dark days, past times. It means that the foreign countries, especially the neighborhoods of Afghanistan, interfere in the inside condition of
Okay, can you tell me, Mr. Khairuddin, that how do you see the future of Afghanistan in next 10 years, like having the national cricket team in the World Cup, having Afghanistan as the champion of the South Asia, having many, industrial programs in the western province of Herat, and the project, the master plan ready for the new Kabul project, many companies investing in the country. How do you see the future for Afghanistan?
It's completely obvious for all the people in the world that Afghanistan is not now the past Afghanistan that they think. It means that Afghanistan in today's world, it changed a lot, and all the people know that just 10 or 15 years is required that Afghanistan should be in the first step of development countries.
Okay, how do you see the situation of human rights in the country? Are you satisfied with that?
Yes, as we see that the condition of human rights in Afghanistan is not bad, because if we evaluate the other countries also has more problems in human rights, same as Afghanistan.